The year is 2020, and autumn launches the last of its warm weather. In a freak cold spell, overnight temperatures plummet and Wedge the Tortoise is blown out of his trajectory into brimation, which freezes his life support system and returns Wedge to Earth 150 days later.
Helsteeds at home. As you probably guessed from our Buck Rogers themed intro, Wedge the Tortoise is out of hibernation. And a couple of days after coming out of hibernation, we get a ground frost. He wasn't outside. Whenever he comes out of hibernation, we always bring him indoors. And what we do then is we start to get him hydrated, get him fed on lots of food, and put him under a heat lamp and get him charged up and ready for when we have warmer days where we can let him loose in his tortoise enclosure. For those of you that watch our channel, you'll know that in the last episode I said that we're incubating something else, and it's not a bird. Well, it's not a tortoise either. Not to say we've not tried. Isn't that the weirdest thing you've ever seen? So this is how the story goes. Some horrible brat decided to throw away 2 tortoises over the back of their fence, and thankfully, fellow Helsteeds, Lady T and Dead Mouse rescued these tortoises and they brought them to us. When we first got them, we thought it was a male and a female. And as you can see from that video clip, it certainly looks like that. It turns out they were both males. We named them originally Hard Hat and Doorstop. They had to be separated. They were just hunting each other down, constantly trying to tip each other over and hump each other. And it just wasn't fair on them. So what I did is I contacted my sister and she adopted Doorstop, who has now been named Donatello. Awesome! And we kept Hard Hat, whose name changed to Wedge. So there isn't going to be any tortoise eggs on our channel anytime soon. It would be nice to give him a partner, but they're actually solitary animals and they don't really like spending time with each other.
So every day we will give Wedge a bath in our bathtub. The water has to be nice and warm. He particularly likes the feel of warm water around his anus area.
Look what you've done! You've got water on my friendly old bum.
And it helps him poo and wee. It helps that bowel movement going, gets it going. And once he's done his business in the bath, we could just pull the plug and bleach it afterwards. The bath, not his anus.
He's had a nice bath and he's ready for action.
And then we put him back under the heat lamp and he's as happy as Larry. Obviously, once the weather gets consistently warm, he will be going back outside.
He's got his own enclosure with a variety of different terrains. We've given him some sand and we've given him some grass. He's got pebbles and rocks to climb, a bit of an alpine garden. We've even submerged grow bags under the pebbles and we're growing salad for him to eat. He's also got his own crib where he retires in the evening, and eventually, as it starts to get cold and summer ends, this will be where he ends up, ready for another year's hibernation. We were a little caught off guard by Wedge coming out of hibernation, so we dedicated this episode to him, so it's hijacked your scheduled episode of what we were going to talk about. So the question is, what are we incubating that's not a bird and that's not a tortoise? Many of you have probably guessed it, and I left a couple of subtle clues in the background. Yes, we are having a baby. I'm going to be a dad, and we're obviously doing this so that someone is still alive to look after Wedge.